How are you guys? I'm eating crackers. I had Subway. First time I'm eating this much since Sunday. And I don't have the urge to throw it up. Well, that's good. I was supposed to go out there and check the whiteboard. They put down all kinds of stuff on the whiteboard, and I haven't got used to checking it. A lot of people are signed up for firefighting next week. And I don't think I am. I think I just have in-doc because I missed a bunch of stuff. But since I'm feeling a little better, I still have a wicked cough. I'll stop eating so that I can talk to you guys. I don't know where my roommate is. I went to go pick up a package my mom sent me. You have to walk like all the way down. It's not that far, but in this humidity it's far. But they close early on Friday. So that makes me sad. So today I had the hugest urge to cut my blunt bangs back. What do you guys think? I want them back so bad. I miss my blunt bangs. But I think per Navy regulation, they have to be like above your eyebrow. And I personally hate short bangs. I think they look ridiculous. They're fattish in that way, whatever those people are, with their like hella short bangs. But I don't like it. Myself especially. Boot camp. Let's see. I should do this in increments because there's so much about boot camp. It's like when you're in it, you have so much to say, and there's so much to... I should have kept a diary. I really should have, but I didn't have freaking time. It was tough. But once you come out, like I'm out, you have a hard time starting in a certain place to talk about anything. It's like, where do I even begin? And it went by so fast you can't even hardly remember what the heck went on. So I remember flying there. When you first get there, they always land you late. Anyone I've ever talked to from like 15 years ago, however long ago, they always get you there really late. I think it's just to set the mood. So you get to the airport and there's petty officers there that are just screaming at you, and at the time you don't know if they're petty officer or chief, like unless you studied beforehand. But if you're like me, you had no idea who was who and what their rank was, and it was bad. And they take this huge garbage can out and they put it in the middle, and there's like, they separate the males and females. There's like hundreds of people there, and they're like, if you have any gum, if you have any razors, if you have any deodorant, like they make you throw away everything. So we kept our makeup. At least I did. And after you realize it's not that big of a deal, like I could have kept half the stuff that I threw away, but they scared the shit out of me so much so that I threw away a bunch of stuff. It's terrible, right? And then you get there, after you threw away everything, you get on a bus. All the males shuffled in the back of the bus, and then they left an empty seat, and then the females went on the bus. You couldn't intermingle. And there was a petty officer that sat in between the two sexes, and we drove on the bus like 40 minutes to boot camp in absolute silence. I'm not saying this is how it is for everyone, but this is how it was for me. And then you get there, jump off the bus, and there's people screaming at you. As soon as you get off the bus, they're screaming at you, and you go inside this building, and it's like this long passageway, hallway. I am so military. I keep calling the bathroom the head, like military terms. Navy terms, because not everybody in the military calls the head the head. Anyway, I think the Army calls it the latrine or some bullshit. So, in the long passageway, there's these flags that are painted down the middle, on the deck, on the floor, on the deck. and we're standing along both sides, and there's people screaming at you, don't step on my flags, don't step on my flags. Do any of you have contacts in your head? Do any of you have cell phones? If you have a cell phone, get it out now. It's your time to make a phone call. So those of us that had cell phones got the phones out, made a phone call. It's like, hi, Mom, or Dad, or whoever. I'm here. Then you hang up, and then you let someone else use your cell phone. They didn't take us to, like, pay phones or anything like that. Like, I guess they used to. They just knew so many people would have their cell phones. They had everyone share cell phones. And then that's when the processing began. I would say that the first week there, called pDAYS, which are processing days, were the hardest in the sense that the first night they keep you up. I was up 48 hours. That's not so hard because I've always been up like that, working the jobs that I have. But what they have you do is just very trying, very mentally trying. Your pDAYS there, they're not physical. You don't work out. You don't PT or anything. But it's just very tiring, and they weed out the weak. It takes a lot to be strong during those days, in my opinion. That was like, if you can get through pDAYS, the rest of boot camp is a fucking cakewalk. So we did so much that first 48 hours. They take you in there. They make you pee in a cup. Like, everyone's in this room with schoolhouse desks that are attached, like the chairs attached to the desk, kind of. I think they were attached. Yeah. And the females were on this side, the males were on this side, and then they'd take you in there, and the females they'd take like 8 at a time, or 10, or I don't remember. And then you'd pee right in front of each other. There were stalls like this, and you're like all staring at each other, peeing into a cup in front of each other. Like, and when I remember first getting into boot camp, I was wondering if it was going to be awkward to shower in front of people and stuff, but it wasn't, because you're moving so fast. You only get like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes if you push it, that it's going by in such a whirl that you don't pay attention to who's naked and they're not paying attention to you. You just get in there and you want to get clean, and then you get out. I can talk forever, and it's already been 7 minutes, and I don't have a Wi-Fi connection yet, so I'm going to upload this and continue on about my pDAYS discussion in a little bit. Okay, bye.